you like to go? I could take you there if you'd like.
To stop the assassin, you must become the assassin.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
From the world of John Wick, Ballerina, or simply Ballerina, is an upcoming American neo-noir action thriller film directed by Len Wiseman and written by Shay Hatton. It is the fifth film in the John Wick franchise, serving as a spin-off set between the events of John Wick, Chapter 3, Parabellum, 2019, and John Wick, Chapter 4, 2023. The film represents a significant expansion of the John Wick universe, introducing a female-led narrative that maintains the signature stylistic elements of the franchise while exploring new territories within the assassin underworld. As a neo-noir action thriller, Ballerina combines the visual aesthetics and moral ambiguity characteristic of film noir with high-octane action sequences and contemporary storytelling techniques. The film's positioning as a spin-off rather than a direct sequel allows for creative freedom in exploring different aspects of the John Wick mythology, particularly focusing on the Ruska Roma organization and their training methods. The neo-noir elements are expected to manifest through atmospheric cinematography, morally complex characters, and a dark urban setting that has become synonymous with the John Wick franchise. This genre classification positions the film within a tradition of stylized action cinema that emphasizes both visual storytelling and character-driven narratives, suggesting that Ballerina will offer more than just spectacular action sequences. Ana de Armas is Eve Macaro, a ballerina who is beginning to train in the assassin traditions of the Ruska Roma. Ana de Armas brings considerable star power and acting credibility to the role of Eve Macaro, having established herself as a versatile performer capable of handling both dramatic and action-oriented roles. Her previous work in films like Blade Runner, 2049, Knives Out, and No Time to Die demonstrates her ability to navigate complex characters and high-stakes scenarios, making her an ideal choice for the John Wick universe. The character of Eve Macaro represents a unique blend of artistry and lethality, with her background as a ballerina providing both physical preparation for the demanding action sequences and thematic depth regarding the intersection of art and violence. De Armas' casting signals a commitment to maintaining the franchise's high standard of performance while bringing a fresh perspective to the assassin archetype. Her character's journey from ballerina to trained assassin offers rich material for character development, exploring themes of transformation, revenge, and survival within the brutal world established by the John Wick films. The role requires extensive physical preparation and choreography training, areas where De Armas' dedication to her craft and previous experience with action sequences position her for success in bringing authenticity and emotional depth to the character. Taking place during the events of John Wick, Chapter 3, Parabellum, Eve Macaro begins her training in the assassin traditions of the Ruska Roma and sets out to exact revenge for her father's death. The film's narrative foundation rests on classic themes of revenge and transformation, elements that have proven successful throughout the John Wick franchise. By situating the story during the events of Chapter 3, the filmmakers create opportunities for interconnected storytelling while maintaining narrative independence. The choice to focus on the Ruska Roma organization provides insight into one of the franchise's most intriguing factions, allowing for exploration of their training methods, cultural traditions, and organizational structure. Eve's quest for revenge for her father's death provides clear motivation and emotional stakes that audiences can immediately connect with, following the successful formula established by John Wick's own journey of vengeance. The training aspect of the narrative offers opportunities for character development and world building, showing the transformation of an artist into a deadly assassin while exploring the psychological and physical demands of such a metamorphosis. This foundation allows the film to honor the established mythology while creating space for new characters, locations, and action sequences that expand the universe in meaningful ways. Directed by Len Wiseman and written by Shay Hatton, Len Wiseman brings extensive experience in action filmmaking to the project, having directed films in the Underworld series and Live, Free, or Die Hard, demonstrating his ability to handle large-scale action sequences and complex mythologies. His background in creating visually striking action films with strong female protagonists makes him well-suited for helming a project that requires both spectacular set pieces and character-driven storytelling. Weissman's experience with franchise filmmaking and his understanding of how to balance existing mythology with new narrative elements positions him to successfully expand the John Wick universe while maintaining its distinctive tone and style. Shay Hatton's involvement as screenwriter provides crucial continuity with the broader franchise as he contributed to the scripts for both John Wick, Chapter 3, Parabellum, and John Wick, Chapter 4. This continuity ensures that Ballerina will maintain the linguistic style, world-building consistency, and thematic coherence that fans expect from the franchise. The collaboration between Weissman's visual expertise and Hatton's deep understanding of the John Wick mythology creates a strong foundation for a film that can both honor the established franchise elements and introduce innovative approaches to action cinematography and storytelling within this storytelling universe. Gabriel Byrne as the Chancellor, the main antagonist of the film who leads a town against Maccaro, and Norman Reedus as Daniel Pine, a mysterious man, form part of an impressive supporting cast that brings both gravitas and star power to the production. Gabriel Byrne's casting as the primary antagonist represents a significant coup for the film, as his extensive dramatic experience and commanding screen presence suggest a villain who will match the intellectual and emotional complexity that the franchise demands. His character, the Chancellor, appears to represent organized opposition to Eve's quest, potentially exploring themes of power, authority, and institutional corruption within the assassin underworld. Norman Reedus' inclusion adds another layer of popular appeal, particularly given his massive following from the Walking Dead franchise, while his character's mysterious nature suggests important plot developments and potential ally dynamics with Eve. The supporting cast also includes returning franchise favorites, creating bridges between the established John Wick films and this new narrative thread. These casting choices indicate a commitment to surrounding the lead character with experienced actors who can provide both dramatic weight and action credibility, ensuring that the film maintains the high-performance standards established by previous entries in the franchise while introducing new character dynamics that can drive both plot development and emotional engagement. Angelica Huston, Lance Reddick in his final screen appearance, Ian McShane, and Keanu Reeves reprise their roles from the previous films, establishes crucial continuity with the broader John Wick universe while providing emotional resonance for franchise fans. The return of these established characters creates narrative bridges that help integrate Ballerina into the larger mythology while providing familiar anchor points for audiences. Ian McShane's Winston Scott and the late Lance Reddick's Charon represent the Continental Hotel's continuing influence and provide connections to the power structures that define the assassin underworld. Angelica Huston's return as the director offers direct links to the Ruska Roma organization central to Eve's story, while also bringing her considerable acting prowess to enhance the film's dramatic weight. Keanu Reeves' appearance as John Wick, while likely limited, provides the ultimate franchise connection and fan service moment that acknowledges the shared universe while allowing the new protagonist to establish her own identity within this world. Lance Reddick's final screen appearance adds poignant significance to his role, as his portrayal of Charon became one of the franchise's most beloved characters. These returning performances ensure that Ballerina feels authentically connected to the established John Wick films while providing opportunities for character development and plot advancement that serves both the individual film's narrative and the broader franchise mythology. Lionsgate acquired Hatton's spec script for the film in 2017, leading to him contributing to the final script for Parabellum and serving as the lead writer for Chapter 4, reveals the long development process that brought Ballerina to fruition. The project's origins as an independent spec script that was later integrated into the John Wick universe demonstrates both the strength of the original concept and the studio's commitment to expanding the franchise thoughtfully. The 7-year development period allowed for careful integration of the story into the established mythology while ensuring that the screenplay received the attention and refinement necessary for a major studio release. Hatton's continued involvement throughout the franchise's evolution provided consistency and deep understanding of the universe's rules, characters, and themes. The development process also included multiple screenplay contributions from other writers, including Emerald Fennell, indicating a collaborative approach to ensuring the script's quality and franchise compatibility. This extended development period, while sometimes challenging for studios and fans awaiting the film, often results in more polished and thoughtfully constructed narratives that can successfully balance the demands of franchise continuity with the need for fresh storytelling approaches. The careful development process suggests that Ballerina represents a considered expansion of the John Wick universe rather than a rushed attempt to capitalize on the franchise's success. Stahelski oversaw 2 to 3 months of reshoots, refilming the majority of the movie, with Wiseman not present on set reveals significant production challenges that ultimately shaped the final film. While extensive reshoots can sometimes indicate problems with the original footage, they can also represent a commitment to achieving the highest possible quality for a major franchise entry. Chad Stahelski's involvement in the reshoots brings his extensive experience as the director of the main John Wick films, potentially ensuring that Ballerina maintains the visual style, action choreography, and narrative consistency that fans expect from the franchise. The decision to reshoot a significant portion of the film suggests that the production team was willing to invest additional time and resources to ensure that the final product met their standards and properly served both the individual story and the broader franchise. These reshoots likely focused on action sequences, character development, and ensuring proper integration with the established John Wick mythology. While such extensive reshoots can create scheduling challenges and budget concerns, they also demonstrate the studio's commitment to the project and confidence in its potential success. Critical praise likely focused on Ana de Armas's performance, the action choreography, and the film's expansion of the John Wick mythology. The financial success validates Lionsgate's decision to invest in expanding the franchise beyond the core John Wick character while maintaining the elements that make these films successful. Box office performance in this range positions Ballerina as a successful franchise entry that can support future installments and continued universe expansion. The combination of positive reviews and commercial success creates a strong foundation for potential sequels and demonstrates that audiences are receptive to new characters and stories within the established John Wick universe, provided they maintain the quality and style that define the franchise. The John Wick franchise has established itself as a leader in action choreography and practical stunt work, setting high expectations for Ballerina to maintain these standards while introducing new elements appropriate to Eve's background as a dancer. The character's ballet training provides unique opportunities for action choreography that combines the grace and precision of dance with the lethality of assassin combat techniques. This fusion of artistic movement and violent action represents a natural evolution of the franchise's approach to fight scenes, potentially introducing new visual styles and choreographic possibilities that distinguish Ballerina from its predecessors, while maintaining the franchise's commitment to practical effects and realistic combat. Chad Stahelski's involvement in the reshoots likely ensured that action sequences met the franchise's established standards for innovation, creativity, and technical execution. The film's action design probably incorporates elements that reflect Eve's artistic background, using her dance training as both character development and as a foundation for unique fight choreography that audiences haven't seen in previous John Wick films. The stunt work and action design must balance the requirement for spectacular set pieces with the need for character-appropriate combat styles that feel authentic to Eve's background and training. This approach allows Ballerina to contribute new elements to the franchise's action vocabulary while maintaining the visceral impact and choreographic sophistication that fans expect from John Wick universe films. The visual identity of Ballerina must balance the established aesthetic elements of the John Wick franchise with new visual approaches that reflect the film's unique protagonist and setting. The franchise's signature use of neon lighting, stark architectural locations, and carefully composed action sequences creates a visual language that Ballerina likely adopts while introducing variations appropriate to Eve's story and the Roma setting. The ballet elements of the narrative provide opportunities for visually striking sequences that combine the elegance of dance with the brutality of assassin training, creating unique visual moments that distinguish this film from other franchise entries. Cinematographic choices likely emphasize both the artistic beauty of dance and the harsh realities of the assassin underworld, using lighting, composition, and color palettes to support the narrative's themes of transformation and revenge. The film's visual style must also accommodate the extensive action sequences while maintaining the atmospheric qualities that give John Wick films their distinctive mood and tone. Prague's architecture and urban landscape, where much of the filming took place, provides new visual backdrops that expand the franchise's geographical scope while maintaining the urban noir aesthetic that defines the series. The visual approach must serve both the spectacular action sequences and the more intimate character moments, ensuring that the film's aesthetic supports both the entertainment value and the emotional resonance of Eve's journey. Ballerina represents a significant opportunity to expand the John Wick universe's mythology, particularly regarding the Roma organization and their role within the broader assassin underworld. The film's focus on this particular faction allows for deeper exploration of the cultural, historical, and operational aspects of one of the franchise's most intriguing organizations. The ballet school setting provides a unique training environment that differs from other assassin preparation methods shown in previous films, potentially revealing new aspects of how different factions within the high table system operate and maintain their members. Eve's journey from dancer to assassin offers insights into the psychological and physical transformation processes that create elite killers within this universe. The film likely explores the relationship between art and violence, examining how artistic discipline and training can be adapted for lethal purposes. This thematic exploration adds intellectual depth to the franchise while maintaining the entertainment value that audiences expect. The world-building aspects of Ballerina must balance the introduction of new locations, characters, and organizational structures with the need to maintain consistency with established franchise mythology. The film's setting between Chapter 3 and Chapter 4 creates opportunities to explore events and consequences that inform the later films while telling a complete, standalone story that enriches understanding of the broader John Wick universe. The thematic foundation of Ballerina rests on concepts of transformation, revenge, artistic expression, and the intersection between beauty and violence. Eve's character arc from ballet dancer to trained assassin provides rich material for exploring how individuals adapt to extraordinary circumstances and the psychological costs of embracing violence as a means of achieving justice. The film likely examines the ways in which artistic training and discipline translate into other areas of human endeavor, particularly those requiring precision, dedication, and physical excellence. Themes of family, loyalty, and honor that characterize the John Wick franchise continue through Eve's quest to avenge her father's death, maintaining thematic consistency while introducing new perspectives on these universal concepts. The character development must balance Eve's transformation into a capable assassin with a retention of her humanity and artistic sensibility, avoiding the simple replacement of one identity with another in favor of a more complex integration of her various aspects. The film's exploration of the Roma organization likely introduces themes related to cultural identity, tradition, and the ways in which organizations maintain their values and methods across generations. These thematic elements provide the narrative foundation that elevates Ballerina beyond simple action entertainment, creating opportunities for meaningful character development and emotional resonance that support the spectacular action sequences and visual style. The production of Ballerina represents a significant technical undertaking that must meet the high standards established by previous John Wick films while introducing innovations appropriate to the new character and story. The combination of ballet choreography with action sequences requires careful coordination between dance consultants, stunt coordinators, and cinematographers to create believable and visually stunning sequences that serve both artistic and narrative purposes. The film's production likely involved extensive pre-production planning to accommodate the complex choreography requirements and ensure that Ana de Armas received adequate training to perform her role convincingly. The technical challenges of filming in Prague and other international locations require coordination with local crews and facilities while maintaining the production values and safety standards expected of a major Hollywood production. The extensive reshoots indicate a commitment to technical excellence that prioritizes the final product's quality over budget or scheduling concerns. Post-production work on Ballerina likely involves sophisticated visual effects to enhance action sequences while maintaining the franchise's commitment to practical effects and realistic action. The film's technical innovation must support both the spectacular entertainment value and the character-driven storytelling that makes John Wick films successful beyond their action sequences. Sound design, editing, and color correction all play crucial roles in creating the atmospheric and emotional impact that distinguishes franchise entries from generic action films. Ballerina represents more than just another action film or franchise entry. It potentially marks a significant moment in the evolution of action cinema by successfully centering a female protagonist within an established male-dominated universe. The film's approach to integrating Eve's story into the John Wick mythology while maintaining her distinct identity and perspective could influence how other franchises approach expansion and diversification. Ana de Armas' casting and performance may inspire other productions to seek similar combinations of dramatic credibility and action capability in their leading performers. The cultural significance of combining ballet with action cinema creates unique representation that celebrates both artistic excellence and physical capability, potentially inspiring audiences who see themselves reflected in neither traditional action heroes nor conventional dance performances. The film's exploration of themes related to transformation, revenge, and artistic expression within a violent context raises questions about the relationship between art and violence that extend beyond entertainment into broader cultural discussions. The success of Ballerina could establish templates for franchise expansion that prioritize character development and thematic depth alongside spectacular action sequences. The film's place within the broader John Wick franchise legacy depends on its ability to contribute meaningful new elements while respecting the established foundation that made the series successful. In March 2023, producer Erica Lee stated that the studio has plans to develop a sequel with De Armas reprising her role indicates that Ballerina was designed as the beginning of a new narrative thread within the John Wick universe rather than a standalone experiment. The planned sequel suggests confidence in both the character's appeal and Ana de Armas' ability to carry a franchise, potentially establishing Eve Macaro as a long-term presence within this cinematic universe. Future installments could explore Eve's continued development as an assassin, her relationship with other characters from the John Wick films, and new challenges within the ever-evolving landscape of the High Table Organization. The success of Ballerina likely influences Lionsgate's broader strategy for expanding the John Wick universe, potentially encouraging additional spin-offs focused on other characters or organizations introduced throughout the franchise. The sequel possibilities also create opportunities for crossover events that could bring Eve into direct contact with John Wick or other major franchise characters in ways that serve both individual character arcs and the broader mythology. The future of the Ballerina series depends on its ability to maintain the quality and innovation that made the first film successful, while continuing to explore new aspects of Eve's character and the assassin underworld she inhabits. The entertainment industry's reception of Ballerina likely focuses on its successful expansion of an established franchise while maintaining the quality standards that made the original films successful. Industry professionals probably recognize the technical achievements in action choreography, the effective integration of dance elements into action sequences, and the successful adaptation of franchise elements to support a new protagonist. The film's positive critical reception indicates that it successfully balanced commercial entertainment value with the artistic and technical excellence that critics expect from major studio releases. Professional recognition may come in areas such as action choreography, stunt coordination, production design, and potentially fournier de Armas's performance, depending on the depth and complexity of her character development. The film's success in expanding the John Wick universe while maintaining franchise integrity provides a case study for other studios attempting similar expansions of their valuable intellectual properties. Industry analysis of Ballerina's success likely focuses on the factors that enabled effective franchise expansion, including careful character development, respectful integration of established mythology, and commitment to production values that match or exceed previous entries. The professional reception influences future opportunities for similar projects and affects the careers of key creative personnel involved in the film's production. Ballerina occupies a unique position in contemporary action cinema as a film that successfully combines artistic elements with spectacular action while expanding an established franchise in meaningful ways. Its long-term legacy likely depends on its influence on subsequent action films, particularly those featuring female protagonists who bring unique skills and perspectives to traditional action scenarios. The film's approach to integrating ballet with combat creates a new subgenre possibility that other filmmakers may explore in future projects. The cultural significance extends beyond entertainment to representation, as Eve's character provides a model for protagonists who embody both artistic excellence and physical capability without sacrificing either element for the other. The film's success in maintaining John Wick franchise quality while introducing new elements demonstrates the possibility of respectful and successful franchise expansion that serves both commercial interests and creative ambitions. The long-term impact on the action genre may include increased attention to the choreographic elements of fight scenes and greater appreciation for the artistic foundations that can inform action sequences. Ballerina's place in cinema history ultimately depends on its ability to inspire future filmmakers, influence genre conventions, and provide lasting entertainment value that transcends its immediate commercial success. The film's contribution to the evolving landscape of action cinema may be measured not only by its individual achievements, but by its influence on subsequent films that seek to combine artistry with spectacle in similarly effective ways. From the world of John Wick, Ballerina was theatrically released in the United States by Lionsgate on June 6, 2025, marking a significant expansion of the John Wick universe into spin-off territory. This neo-noir action thriller film represents the fifth installment in the beloved franchise, though it serves as a standalone narrative that bridges the gap between John Wick, Chapter 3, Parabellum, and John Wick, Chapter 4. The film's creation represents more than just another action movie. It embodies a bold creative decision to expand the mythology of an already successful franchise, while introducing fresh perspectives and new characters that can carry the torch forward. The movie's development process was extensive, beginning with Shea-Hatton's spec script acquisition by Lionsgate in 2017, demonstrating the studio's long-term vision for expanding the John Wick universe beyond Keanu Reeves' iconic character. This strategic approach to franchise building reflects modern Hollywood's understanding of the importance of creating interconnected cinematic universes that can sustain multiple storylines and characters, allowing for greater creative flexibility and commercial longevity. goes. The casting of Ana de Armas as the titular character Eve Macaro represents a masterful choice that brings both star power and authentic physicality to the role. Ana de Armas stars in the lead role as Eve Macaro, a ballerina who is beginning to train in the assassin traditions of the Rusca Roma, a character that requires the delicate balance of grace and lethality that defines the John Wick universe's unique aesthetic. De Armas, known for her compelling performances in films like Knives Out and No Time to Die, brings a natural charisma and physical presence that translates perfectly to the demanding action sequences required by the franchise. Her background in dance and her proven ability to handle both dramatic and action-oriented roles make her an ideal choice for a character who must embody the elegance of ballet while delivering the brutal efficiency of a trained assassin. The character of Eve Macaro is not merely a female version of John Wick. Instead, she represents a unique perspective within the established world, bringing her own motivations, background, and fighting style to the franchise. Her journey from ballet dancer to lethal assassin provides rich character development opportunities and allows the film to explore themes of transformation, revenge, and the price of violence in ways that complement but don't simply repeat the original John Wick storyline. The film is directed by Len Wiseman and written by Chancellor, bringing together a creative team with extensive experience in action filmmaking and franchise development. Wiseman, known for his work on the Underworld series and Die Hard films, brings a kinetic visual style and understanding of action choreography that aligns perfectly with the John Wick aesthetic established by Chad Stahelski. His ability to blend practical effects with digital enhancement, combined with his experience in creating compelling action sequences, ensures that Ballerina maintains the high standards of choreographed violence that fans expect from the franchise. Chancellor's involvement as the screenwriter is particularly significant as he has been deeply involved in the John Wick universe, having contributed to both John Wick. Chapter 3, Parabellum, and serving as the lead writer for John Wick. Chapter 4. This continuity in writing ensures that the spin-off maintains thematic and tonal consistency with the established films while allowing for new creative directions. The collaboration between Wiseman and Hatton represents a fusion of visual expertise and narrative understanding that is essential for successfully expanding an established franchise into new territory. The film's narrative structure cleverly positions itself within the established John Wick timeline, taking place between the events of John Wick, Chapter 3 Parabellum and Chapter 4, allowing it to explore untold stories within the franchise's mythology while avoiding direct conflicts with established plot points. This temporal positioning provides the film with creative freedom while maintaining connections to the larger narrative arc of the John Wick series. The story follows Eve Macaro as she undergoes training in the assassin traditions of the Rusca Roma, the same organization that played a crucial role in John Wick's own backstory. This connection provides both narrative continuity and thematic resonance, as audiences can understand Eve's journey through the lens of what they already know about this secretive world of professional killers. The revenge plot that drives Eve's story seeking vengeance for her father's death echoes the fundamental motivation that originally set John Wick on his path of destruction, creating thematic parallels while establishing Eve as a distinct character with her own agency and motivations. The setting within the Continental Hotel system and the broader underworld of assassins allows the film to explore familiar locations and concepts, while introducing new elements and characters that expand the world's mythology. The supporting cast brings together both returning favorites from the John Wick series and exciting new additions that enhance the film's narrative depth. Angelica Huston, Lance Reddick, Ian McShane, and Keanu Reeves reprise their roles from the previous films, providing crucial continuity and allowing fans to reconnect with beloved characters while experiencing the new story. The presence of these established characters serves multiple narrative functions. They provide exposition and world building for newcomers to the franchise, offer emotional resonance for existing fans, and create opportunities for meaningful character interactions that advance both the new storyline and the broader franchise mythology. Ian McShane's Winston Scott and Lance Reddick's Quarren, in his final posthumous performance, represent the stable institutional knowledge of the Continental Hotel system, while Angelica Huston's The Director provides direct connection to the Ruska Roma organization that is central to Eve's story. Gabriel Byrne appears as the Chancellor, the main antagonist of the film, who leads a town against Macaro, bringing gravitas and dramatic weight to the opposition that Eve must face. Norman Reedus joins the cast as Daniel Pine, a mysterious character whose role adds intrigue and complexity to the narrative web that surrounds Eve's journey. The production history of Ballerina reveals a commitment to quality and authenticity that extends far beyond typical action movie standards. Principal photography began on November 7, 2022, in Prague, Czech Republic, taking advantage of the city's diverse architectural landscape and established infrastructure for film production. The choice of Prague as the primary filming location reflects the international scope of the John Wick universe, while providing visually stunning backdrops for the film's action sequences. The production faced various challenges, including scheduling conflicts and the need for extensive reshoots, demonstrating the complex logistics involved in creating a film that meets the high standards established by the franchise. The involvement of Chad Stahelski as producer, despite Len Wiseman serving as director, ensures that the film maintains the signature style and approach to action choreography that has defined the John Wick series. Reports indicate that Stahelski oversaw significant reshoots, taking on an uncredited directorial role to ensure that the film met the franchise's standards for action sequences and overall quality. This collaborative approach between directors reflects the priority placed on maintaining the integrity of the John Wick brand while allowing for creative innovation within the established framework. The film's approach to action choreography and stunt work represents a continuation of the John Wick franchise's commitment to practical effects and realistic combat sequences. The integration of ballet training into the protagonist's fighting style creates unique opportunities for innovative action choreography that distinguishes Ballerina from its predecessors while maintaining the franchise's signature style. Ana de Armas underwent extensive physical training to authentically portray both the grace of a professional ballet dancer and the lethal efficiency of a trained assassin, demonstrating the film's commitment to authenticity in performance. The action sequences blend the fluid movements of dance with the precise brutality of combat, creating a visual language that is both beautiful and terrifying. This fusion of artistic expression and violence reflects the broader themes of the John Wick universe, where even the most brutal acts are executed with a kind of deadly artistry. The film's fight choreographers worked closely with both dance instructors and weapons experts to create action sequences that feel both grounded in reality and elevated beyond typical action movie standards. The result is a series of combat scenes that utilize the protagonist's unique background to create fresh and exciting action moments that feel authentic to both her character and the established world of John Wick. The thematic elements explored in Ballerina extend beyond simple revenge narratives to examine deeper questions about identity, transformation, and the cost of violence. Eve's journey from ballet dancer to assassin represents a profound transformation that mirrors broader themes about how trauma and circumstance can reshape individuals in fundamental ways. The film explores the tension between artistic expression and destructive capability, as Eve's training in dance becomes the foundation for her deadly skills as an assassin. This transformation raises questions about the nature of talent and how skills developed for beauty and expression can be adapted for violence and revenge. The movie also examines the concept of chosen family and institutional loyalty as Eve navigates her relationships within the Ruska Roma organization and the broader assassin community. These themes resonate with contemporary audiences while maintaining connection to the philosophical underpinnings that have made the John Wick franchise more than just a series of action films. The exploration of female agency within a traditionally male-dominated genre provides additional thematic depth. Wave charts her own course through a world of violence while maintaining her own moral compass and personal motivations. The visual design and cinematography of Ballerina build upon the established aesthetic language of the John Wick franchise while introducing new elements that reflect the protagonist's unique background and story. The film's color palette and lighting design incorporate elements that evoke both the elegance of ballet and the dark underworld of professional assassination, creating a visual tension that reflects the protagonist's dual nature. The costume design plays a crucial role in character development, as Eve's wardrobe evolves throughout the film to reflect her transformation from dancer to assassin while maintaining elements of her artistic background. The production design extends the familiar world of continental hotels and assassin safe houses while introducing new locations that reflect the specific cultural and organizational aspects of the Risco Roma. The cinematography employs techniques that capture both the fluid grace of dance movements and the sharp precision of combat, requiring innovative camera work that can adapt to the different physical demands of each type of sequence. The film's visual effects team worked to enhance practical stunts and locations while maintaining the realistic aesthetic that has distinguished the John Wick franchise from more fantastical action films. The musical score for Ballerina underwent significant changes during production, ultimately settling on the proven team of Tyler Bates and Joel J. Richard, who had previously composed music for other John Wick films. Tyler Bates and Joel J. Richard replaced the original composers Marco Beltrami and Anna Drubich, ensuring musical continuity with the established franchise while allowing for new themes that reflect Eve's unique story and background. The score incorporates classical music elements that reference the protagonist's ballet training while maintaining the electronic and orchestral hybrid approach that has become synonymous with the John Wick series. The musical themes developed for Eve's character provide emotional depth and narrative support while complementing the film's action sequences without overwhelming them. The composers worked closely with the film's editors and sound designers to create a sonic landscape that enhances both intimate character moments and large-scale action sequences. The music serves not only as emotional support for the narrative, but also as a crucial element in the pacing and rhythm of the film's elaborate action choreography. The marketing and promotional campaign for Ballerina generated significant anticipation among both franchise fans and general audiences, utilizing strategic reveals and carefully crafted materials to build excitement without spoiling key plot elements. The film's first trailer, released in September 2024, provided audiences with their first comprehensive look at Ana de Armas in the lead role and demonstrated how the film would integrate with the established John Wick universe. The marketing materials emphasized both the connection to the beloved franchise and the fresh perspective brought by the new protagonist, walking the careful line between familiarity and innovation that is crucial for successful spin-offs. The promotional campaign highlighted the film's impressive action sequences while also emphasizing the character development and emotional stakes that drive the narrative forward. Press coverage and interviews with cast and crew members provided insights into the film's production process and creative vision, building audience understanding of how Ballerina fits within the broader John Wick mythology. The marketing strategy successfully positioned the film as both a worthy successor to the John Wick legacy and an exciting new chapter that could appeal to audiences beyond the franchise's existing fan base. The film's release strategy and box office performance reflect both the commercial appeal of the John Wick brand and the challenges facing theatrical releases in the contemporary entertainment landscape. The film received generally positive reviews from critics and has grossed over $133 million worldwide on a $90 million production budget, demonstrating both critical acceptance and commercial viability. The June 2025 release date positioned the film strategically within the summer movie season, competing with other major releases while capitalizing on the anticipation built through the marketing campaign. The film's performance in international markets reflects the global appeal of the John Wick franchise and the growing international recognition of Ana de Armas as a leading action star. The financial success of Ballerina validates Lionsgate's strategy of expanding the John Wick universe through spin-offs and provides a foundation for potential sequels and additional franchise extensions. The movie's commercial performance also demonstrates audience appetite for female-led action films when they are crafted with the same attention to quality and authenticity that has distinguished the most successful entries in the genre. The critical reception of Ballerina highlighted both the film's strengths and the challenges inherent in expanding an established franchise through spin-off production. Critics praised Ana de Armas' committed physical performance in the film's successful integration of ballet elements into the franchise's established action framework. The movie was commended for maintaining the visual style and thematic consistency that fans expect from John Wick films, while introducing enough new elements to feel fresh and innovative. Critics noted the film's success in creating a protagonist who feels authentic to the established world while possessing her own distinct personality and motivations. Some reviews highlighted the impressive practical stunt work and choreography that continues the franchise's tradition of prioritizing real physicality over digital effects. However, some critics noted challenges in balancing the new character story with the expectations and mythology established by previous films in the series. The critical consensus suggested that while Ballerina successfully expands the John Wick universe, it also demonstrates both the potential and the limitations of franchise expansion through spin-off productions. The technical achievements of Ballerina extend beyond its action sequences to encompass all aspects of filmmaking, from production design to post-production effects. The film's stunt coordinators and second-unit directors worked extensively to create action sequences that feel both innovative and consistent with the established John Wick style, requiring close collaboration between multiple departments throughout the production process. The editing team faced the complex task of pacing a film that must balance character development, world building, and extensive action sequences while maintaining narrative coherence and emotional engagement. The sound design and mixing teams created an audio landscape that supports both the intimate character moments and the explosive action sequences, requiring sophisticated technical work to ensure that all elements serve the story effectively. The film's post-production process involved extensive work to integrate practical stunts with digital enhancement while maintaining the realistic aesthetic that distinguishes the John Wick franchise from more effects-heavy action films. The technical crew's commitment to excellence across all departments contributes significantly to the film's overall success and its ability to meet the high standards established by previous entries in the franchise. The cultural impact and significance of Ballerina extend beyond its immediate commercial and critical success to encompass broader discussions about representation, franchise expansion, and the evolution of action cinema. The film's success in creating a compelling female protagonist within an established male-dominated franchise provides a model for how gender representation can be expanded in action films without sacrificing the elements that made the original properties successful. Ana de Armas' performance and the film's overall approach to character development contribute to ongoing conversations about the representation of women in action cinema and the importance of creating complex, capable female characters who drive their own narratives. The movie's exploration of themes related to artistic expression, violence, and transformation resonates with contemporary audiences while maintaining connection to timeless narrative elements. The film's international appeal and box office success demonstrate the global audience's appetite for well-crafted action films that prioritize character development and practical filmmaking techniques over excessive digital effects and empty spectacle. The legacy implications of Ballerina for the John Wick franchise and for action cinema more broadly suggest that the film represents a significant evolution in how successful franchises can be expanded and sustained over time. The movie's success validates the approach of creating spin-off films that maintain thematic and stylistic consistency with the original properties while introducing new characters and perspectives that can carry the franchise forward. This approach provides a sustainable model for franchise expansion that doesn't rely solely on the original characters and actors, allowing for greater creative flexibility and commercial longevity. The film's technical achievements in action choreography, practical stunt work, and overall production quality set new standards for spin-off productions and demonstrate that such films can meet the same quality expectations as mainline franchise entries. The success of Ballerina suggests that audiences are receptive to franchise expansion when it is handled with respect for the source material and commitment to quality storytelling. The movie's impact on the careers of its cast and crew, particularly Ana de Armas' establishment as a leading action star, will likely influence future casting decisions and project development across the industry. Future prospects for the Ballerina character and the broader John Wick universe appear bright based on the film's reception and commercial performance. Producer Erica Lee stated that the studio has plans to develop a sequel with de Armas reprising her role, indicating confidence in both the character and the actor's ability to sustain additional films. The success of Ballerina provides a foundation for further expansion of the John Wick universe through additional spin-offs, potential crossover events, and extended multimedia projects that can explore different aspects of the established mythology. The film's success also positions Ana de Armas as a major action star with the potential to lead multiple franchises and influence the development of action cinema more broadly. The movie's impact on the industry may encourage other studios to approach franchise expansion with similar attention to quality and character development, rather than simply capitalizing on existing brand recognition. The technical innovations and creative approaches developed during the production of Ballerina will likely influence future action films and contribute to the ongoing evolution of the genre. The film's success demonstrates that audiences respond positively to well-crafted action films that prioritize storytelling and character development alongside spectacular action sequences. The production challenges and creative solutions developed during the making of Ballerina provide valuable insights into the complex process of expanding established franchises while maintaining quality and authenticity. The extensive reshoots and creative collaboration between multiple directors demonstrate both the challenges and the commitment to excellence that characterize high-budget franchise production. The film's development process, from original spec script to finished production, illustrates the long-term planning and creative vision required to successfully expand cinematic universes. The collaborative relationship between established franchise creators like Chad Stahelski and new creative voices like Len Wiseman provides a model for how franchises can evolve while maintaining their core identity and appeal. The film's international production, primarily in Prague, demonstrates the global nature of contemporary filmmaking and the importance of finding locations that can authentically represent the story's requirements while providing practical production advantages. The extensive training and preparation required for the cast, particularly Ana de Armas' preparation for the demanding physical requirements of the role, highlights the commitment to authenticity that distinguishes quality action films from generic genre productions. In conclusion, Ballerina represents a significant achievement in franchise expansion and action filmmaking that successfully honors the legacy of the John Wick series while establishing new creative directions for future development. The film's combination of compelling character development, innovative action choreography, and technical excellence creates an entertainment experience that satisfies both franchise fans and general audiences seeking quality action cinema. Ana de Armas' powerful performance as Eve Macaro establishes her as a worthy addition to the John Wick universe while demonstrating her capacity to carry major action franchises. The movie's commercial and critical success validates the creative and financial strategies employed in its development while providing a foundation for continued expansion of the John Wick universe. The technical innovations, thematic depth, and cultural impact of Ballerina contribute to the ongoing evolution of action cinema and provide inspiration for future filmmakers seeking to create meaningful entertainment within established genre frameworks. The film stands as a testament to the power of collaboration, creativity, and commitment to excellence in creating cinema that entertains, inspires, and endures beyond its initial release. The character psychology and emotional depth of Eve Macaro represents one of the most sophisticated aspects of Ballerina's narrative construction, demonstrating how action films can successfully integrate complex psychological development without sacrificing the kinetic energy that defines the genre. Ana de Armas's portrayal of Eve reveals layers of trauma, determination, and vulnerability that create a multidimensional character far removed from typical action movie protagonists who often serve merely as vehicles for spectacular set pieces. The film explores Eve's psychological transformation from artist to assassin through subtle performance choices and carefully crafted dialogue that reveals her internal struggle between her artistic sensibilities and her growing capacity for violence. Her relationship with dance serves as both a metaphor for her approach to combat and a connection to her identity before tragedy reshaped her life's trajectory. The screenplay delves into the psychological mechanisms that allow someone trained in beauty and expression to adapt those same skills for destruction and revenge, examining how talent and discipline can be redirected toward vastly different purposes depending on circumstance and motivation. Eve's emotional journey throughout the film reflects broader themes about how individuals process grief and trauma, with her training in the Ruska Roma tradition serving as both a practical education in violence and a psychological framework for channeling her pain into purposeful action. The film avoids the trap of presenting her transformation as purely empowering, instead acknowledging the genuine psychological cost of choosing violence as a means of achieving justice. Her interactions with other characters reveal different aspects of her personality, from the vulnerability she shows with trusted allies to the cold determination she displays when confronting enemies. The movie's exploration of Eve's psychological state adds emotional weight to the action sequences, making each fight scene feel like a meaningful expression of character rather than mere spectacle. This psychological depth distinguishes Ballerina from action films that prioritize visual excitement over character development, creating a more engaging and emotionally resonant viewing experience. The world-building aspects of Ballerina expand the John Wick universe in meaningful ways that enhance the mythology while maintaining consistency with established lore and adding new layers of complexity to the assassin underworld. The film's exploration of the Ruska Roma organization provides deeper insight into one of the most mysterious factions within the John Wick universe, revealing their training methods, internal hierarchy, and cultural traditions that shape their approach to the assassin's craft. Through Eve's integration into this organization, audiences gain understanding of how different assassin groups maintain their distinct identities and methodologies while operating within the broader framework of the High Table's authority. The movie introduces new locations within the assassin underworld, from training facilities hidden within cultural institutions to safe houses that blend seamlessly with legitimate businesses, expanding the geographical scope of the franchise while maintaining the sophisticated aesthetic that has become synonymous with John Wick films. The film's depiction of the relationship between art and violence within assassin culture adds philosophical depth to the world building, suggesting that the most effective killers are those who approach their craft with the same dedication and artistry that defines legitimate professions. The Continental Hotel system receives further development through Eve's interactions with Winston and Sharon, revealing new protocols and traditions that govern how the hotel serves different types of clients and situations. The movie explores the economic and political structures that maintain the assassin underworld, showing how contracts are negotiated, territories are maintained, and conflicts are resolved through the complex system of rules and traditions that prevent the shadow world from descending into chaos. New weapon suppliers, information brokers, and specialized service providers are introduced, each adding texture and authenticity to the world while serving specific narrative functions. The film's attention to cultural details, from the specific rituals of the Ruska Roma to the architectural choices that define different locations, creates a sense of lived-in authenticity that makes the fictional world feel genuine and substantial. The integration of ballet culture into the assassin world creates unique opportunities for visual and thematic development, as the discipline and artistry required for professional dance translates naturally into the precision and grace that define elite assassins. The cinematographic achievements of Ballerina demonstrate a sophisticated understanding of how visual storytelling can enhance both character development and action sequences, while maintaining the distinctive aesthetic that has become synonymous with the John Wick franchise. Director of photography's work creates a visual language that captures both the elegance of ballet and the brutal efficiency of assassination, using lighting, color, and camera movement to reflect Eve's dual nature and internal conflicts. The film employs a carefully crafted color palette that evolves throughout the narrative, beginning with warmer tones that reflect Eve's artistic background and gradually incorporating cooler, more metallic hues as she becomes more deeply integrated into the world of professional killing. Camera movements mirror the fluid grace of dance during training sequences while adopting the sharp, precise angles that characterize combat scenes, creating visual continuity that reinforces the thematic connection between artistic expression and violent action. The cinematography utilizes practical locations in Prague to create authentic European atmosphere, while employing lighting techniques that maintain visual consistency with previous John Wick films. Long takes during action sequences allow viewers to appreciate the choreography and physicality of the performances while avoiding the rapid cutting that often obscures action in less confident filmmaking. The film's use of reflective surfaces, mirrors, and glass creates visual metaphors for Eve's self-examination transformation, while adding layers of visual complexity to key scenes. Close-up work during dialogue scenes captures subtle emotional nuances in the performances, while wider shots establish the scale and scope of the world in which the characters operate. The integration of practical and digital effects is handled with restraint and precision, enhancing rather than replacing the physical performances and real locations that form the foundation of each scene. Night scenes utilize creative lighting solutions that maintain visibility while preserving the atmospheric darkness that adds tension and mystery to the assassin underworld. The cinematography successfully balances the intimate character moments with the spectacular action sequences, ensuring that both elements receive appropriate visual treatment that serves the overall narrative structure. The sound design and audio engineering of Ballerina creates an immersive sonic landscape that supports both the intimate character development and the explosive action sequences, while incorporating elements that reflect Eve's musical and dance background. The sound team's approach to combat sequences emphasizes the impact and reality of violence, while maintaining the stylized aesthetic that distinguishes John Wick films from more realistic depictions of gunfights and hand-to-hand combat. The wardrobe department worked with specialized suppliers to acquire authentic dance attire and professional-grade equipment, while creating custom pieces that serve the film's unique requirements. The costume design successfully balances practicality with visual appeal, ensuring that each outfit serves the story while contributing to the overall aesthetic that has become synonymous with the John Wick franchise. The editing and post-production process for Ballerina required sophisticated technical expertise to integrate the complex action sequences with character development, while maintaining the pacing and rhythm that defines successful action cinema. The editorial team faced the challenge of assembling footage from extensive principal photography and significant reshoots into a coherent narrative that serves both newcomers to the franchise and longtime fans familiar with established characters and mythology. Pacing decisions throughout the film balance the need for character development with audience expectations for regular action sequences, creating a rhythm that maintains engagement without sacrificing narrative depth or emotional resonance. The integration of practical stunt work with digital enhancement required precise timing and technical skill to ensure that all elements appear seamless while maintaining the realistic aesthetic that distinguishes the John Wick franchise from more effects-heavy action films. Color correction and grading work created visual consistency across different shooting locations and conditions while supporting the film's overall aesthetic vision and ensuring that all footage integrates smoothly regardless of when or where it was captured. Sound synchronization during post-production required careful attention to ensure that all audio elements, from dialogue to sound effects to musical score, work together to support the narrative without creating conflicts or distractions. The editing team worked closely with the music composers to ensure that editorial choices complement the musical score and that action sequences are cut to support the rhythmic and emotional content of the accompanying music. Visual effects integration during post-production enhanced practical elements without overwhelming them, maintaining the franchise's commitment to realistic action while allowing for impossible camera movements and enhanced environmental elements where narratively appropriate. The editorial process included extensive collaboration with all department heads to ensure that costume continuity, prop placement, and environmental details remain consistent throughout the final cut. The post-production timeline accommodated the complex requirements of a high-profile franchise film while allowing sufficient time for the detailed work required to meet quality standards. The final cut successfully balances all these technical and creative elements into an entertaining and coherent whole that serves the story effectively. The international appeal and global box office performance of Ballerina demonstrates the universal accessibility of the John Wick franchise and the growing international recognition of Ana de Armas as a leading action star capable of carrying major Hollywood productions. The film's themes of revenge, transformation, and justice transcend cultural boundaries, while the visual spectacle of the action sequences requires no translation to entertain audiences regardless of their linguistic or cultural background. International marketing campaigns were carefully tailored to emphasize different aspects of the film depending on regional audience preferences and cultural sensitivities, while maintaining core messages about quality, authenticity, and connection to the beloved franchise. The choice of Prague as the primary filming location added European atmosphere and authenticity that appealed to international audiences while providing production advantages that helped maximize the film's budget efficiency. Box office performance in various international markets reflected both the established popularity of the John Wick franchise and growing audience appreciation for female-led action films when they meet the same quality standards as their male-led counterparts. The film's success in markets where previous John Wick films had performed well validated the spin-off approach, while its performance in new territories suggested potential for further franchise expansion into previously untapped audiences. Cultural elements incorporated into the film's narrative and visual design resonated with international audiences while avoiding stereotypes or superficial treatments that might have alienated viewers from the cultures being represented. The international press tour and promotional events allowed cast and crew members to engage directly with global audiences, while generating media coverage that supported the film's commercial release in various territories. Distribution strategies were adapted to local market conditions while maintaining consistent quality standards and marketing messages that supported the overall brand identity of the John Wick franchise. The film's international success provides valuable data for future franchise planning while demonstrating the commercial viability of expanding established properties through carefully crafted spin-off productions. The global reception of Ballerina suggests that audiences worldwide are receptive to franchise expansion when it maintains the quality and authenticity that made the original properties successful. The influence of Ballerina on contemporary action cinema extends beyond its immediate commercial success to encompass broader discussions about how action films can successfully integrate strong female protagonists without sacrificing the elements that appeal to traditional action movie audiences. The film's approach to character development demonstrates that action movies can feature complex psychological portraits without slowing down the pacing or reducing the impact of spectacular set pieces. Ana de Armas's performance provides a template for how actresses can approach demanding action roles while maintaining the emotional depth and vulnerability that create meaningful character connections with audiences. The movie's success encourages other studios and filmmakers to consider similar approaches to franchise expansion and character development, potentially influencing future action film production across the industry. The film's technical achievements in choreography, cinematography, and sound design set new standards for practical action filmmaking and demonstrate the continued value of emphasizing real physicality over digital effects in creating compelling action sequences. The integration of dance elements into action choreography opens new creative possibilities for future action films while providing inspiration for choreographers and stunt coordinators seeking fresh approaches to combat sequences. The movie's world-building techniques and attention to cultural detail provide examples of how action films can create authentic fictional environments that feel lived in and substantial rather than merely serving as backdrops for spectacular action. The film's success validates the commercial viability of mid-budget action films that prioritize quality craftsmanship over massive spectacle, potentially encouraging more thoughtful approaches to action filmmaking. The character of Eve Makaro joins a growing roster of compelling female action protagonists who demonstrate that audiences respond positively to strong female characters when they are well-developed and authentically portrayed. The film's influence extends to casting decisions and project development across Hollywood as studios recognize the commercial potential of similar approaches to character development and franchise expansion. The movie's impact on the careers of its cast and crew members will likely influence future project selections and creative collaborations throughout the entertainment industry. The franchise mythology and continuity established in Ballerina creates new possibilities for future John Wick universe films, while maintaining respect for the established lore and character relationships that have defined the series since its inception. The film's timeline placement between existing movies allows it to explore untold stories and reveal new information about familiar characters without contradicting established plot points or character development from other films in the series. Eve's integration into the Rosca Roma organization provides opportunities for future films to explore this faction in greater detail while potentially creating crossover opportunities with other characters from the broader John Wick universe. The relationships established between Eve and returning characters like Winston, Karen, and the director create ongoing story possibilities that could be explored in subsequent films featuring either Eve or other franchise characters. The film's expansion of the Continental Hotel system and Assassin Underworld provides new locations and concepts that can be utilized in future franchise entries, while maintaining the sophisticated aesthetic and complex social structures that distinguish the John Wick universe from other action franchises. The movie's exploration of different assassin training methods and cultural traditions suggests possibilities for future films to examine other organizations and factions within the established world while providing opportunities for character development and conflict. The success of the spin-off approach validates similar strategies for future franchise expansion, potentially leading to additional character-focused films that explore different aspects of the John Wick universe. The film's conclusion and character resolution provides satisfying closure for Eve's initial story, while leaving appropriate openings for future adventures and continued character development. The integration of new characters and concepts into the established mythology creates opportunities for cross-pollination between different franchise entries, while maintaining the core identity and appeal that have made the series successful. The movie's approach to honoring existing lore while introducing new elements provides a model for how franchises can evolve and expand without alienating existing fans or diluting the qualities that made the original properties appealing. The production design and art direction of Ballerina creates authentic environments that support both the intimate character moments and the spectacular action sequences while expanding the visual vocabulary of the John Wick universe in meaningful ways. The design team's approach to creating locations that feel both functional and aesthetically pleasing reflects the franchise's commitment to treating the assassin underworld as a sophisticated professional environment rather than a generic criminal setting. Each location serves specific narrative purposes while contributing to the overall world building and character development that distinguishes quality action films from mere spectacle. The integration of dance studios and ballet-related environments into the assassin world required creative solutions that maintain authenticity to both art. The production design team worked closely with historical consultants and cultural experts to ensure that all environments accurately reflect their real-world counterparts, while allowing for the stylistic choices necessary to maintain visual consistency with established franchise aesthetics. Set construction and location modification allowed for the complex camera movements and stunt work required by the action sequences, while maintaining the intimate scale necessary for effective character development and dialogue scenes. The art direction creates visual continuity between different locations while allowing each environment to maintain its distinct character and cultural identity within the broader framework of the assassin underworld. Practical construction techniques were emphasized wherever possible to provide authentic environments for the performers, while allowing for the destruction and modification that action sequences often require. The design team's attention to detail in creating lived-in environments adds authenticity and depth to every scene while providing visual storytelling opportunities that support character development without relying on exposition or dialogue. Color palettes and material choices in the production design support the film's overall visual strategy while providing appropriate atmosphere and mood for different scenes and emotional beats. The successful integration of practical locations in Prague with constructed sets demonstrates the team's ability to maximize production value while maintaining the quality standards expected from a major franchise production. The stunt coordination and physical performance aspects of Ballerina represent some of the most technically demanding and creatively innovative elements of the entire production, requiring extensive collaboration between multiple departments to create action sequences that feel both spectacular and authentic. The integration of ballet training into combat choreography created unique challenges that required the stunt team to develop new techniques and approaches while maintaining the realistic fighting styles that have distinguished the John Wick franchise from more fantastical action films. Ana de Armas' extensive physical preparation and training allowed her to perform many of her own stunts while working closely with professional stunt doubles for the most dangerous sequences, creating seamless action that maintains the authenticity of her character's physical capabilities. The choreography team developed fighting styles that incorporate Eve's dance background in organic ways that feel natural to her character, while providing visually distinct action sequences that differentiate her approach to combat from other franchise characters. Safety protocols and equipment were constantly adapted to accommodate the unique requirements of combining dance movements with combat choreography while maintaining the high safety standards required for professional stunt work. The stunt coordination required extensive planning and rehearsal to ensure that complex multi-person fight scenes could be performed safely, while maintaining the energy and impact that audiences expect from John Wick action sequences. Weapon training and handling instruction ensured that all performers could handle firearms and other weapons convincingly while maintaining safety and authenticity in their physical interactions with potentially dangerous props. The coordination between stunt performers and camera operators required precise timing and communication to capture the choreographed sequences from multiple angles while ensuring that camera movements enhance rather than distract from the physical performances. Wire work and other technical elements were used selectively to enhance rather than replace the natural physicality of the performers, maintaining the franchise's commitment to realistic action while allowing for impossible camera angles and enhanced environmental interaction. The stunt team's commitment to practical effects and real physical performance contributes significantly to the film's overall authenticity and helps maintain the audience engagement that comes from witnessing genuine physical achievement rather than digital creation. The screenplay structure and dialogue construction of Ballerina demonstrates sophisticated understanding of how to balance character development with action requirements. while maintaining the noir-influenced tone that has become synonymous with the John Wick franchise. The script successfully introduces Eve as a fully realized character while providing sufficient background information for audiences unfamiliar with the broader franchise mythology without overwhelming longtime fans with unnecessary exposition. Dialogue writing maintains the economical, purposeful style that has characterized John Wick films while allowing for the emotional depth and vulnerability necessary to create meaningful character development throughout Eve's journey. The screenplay structure accommodates extensive action sequences while ensuring that each set piece serves specific narrative purposes beyond mere spectacle, advancing character development or plot progression in meaningful ways. Character relationships are established and developed through both dialogue and action, with many of the most important emotional beats expressed through physical interaction and visual storytelling rather than explicit verbal communication. The script's approach to world building introduces new elements and locations while maintaining consistency with established franchise lore and avoiding contradictions that might confuse or alienate existing fans. Pacing throughout the screenplay balances the need for regular action sequences with appropriate time for character development and relationship building, creating a rhythm that maintains audience engagement without sacrificing narrative depth. The dialogue captures the distinct voices of different characters while maintaining the overall tonal consistency that unifies the various John Wick films despite their different protagonists and settings. Themes of revenge, transformation, and justice are woven throughout the narrative structure without becoming heavy-handed or didactic, allowing audiences to engage with deeper meanings while enjoying the surface-level entertainment. The screenplay's resolution provides satisfying closure for Eve's immediate story while establishing appropriate foundations for potential future adventures and continued character development. The integration of humor and lighter moments into the predominantly serious tone creates appropriate contrast and emotional relief without undermining the stakes or dramatic impact of the central narrative. The marketing strategy and promotional campaign for Ballerina required careful balance between honoring the established John Wick brand and introducing the new protagonist and story elements that distinguish this spin-off from previous franchise entries. The campaign successfully positioned Ana de Armas as a worthy successor to the action star legacy while emphasizing her unique qualifications and the fresh perspective she brings to the established universe. Trailer construction and promotional materials revealed enough plot information and action sequences to generate excitement while preserving key surprises and character developments that enhance the theatrical viewing experience. The marketing team worked closely with Lionsgate's distribution partners to ensure consistent messaging across different markets, while allowing for regional adaptations that reflect local audience preferences and cultural sensitivities. Social media campaigns and digital marketing initiatives targeted both existing franchise fans and potential new audiences who might be drawn to Ana de Armas's performance or the film's unique approach to action choreography. Press tour activities and promotional events provided opportunities for cast and crew members to explain the film's relationship to the broader franchise, while highlighting the creative innovations and technical achievements that distinguish this particular entry. Ana de Armas's casting as a Cuban-Spanish actress in the lead role reflects the international character of the John Wick universe, while providing opportunities for subtle cultural elements to inform character development and background without becoming the primary focus of the narrative. The integration of ballet culture into the assassin world creates opportunities to explore themes of artistic expression, discipline, and the relationship between beauty and violence while maintaining respect for the genuine artistry and dedication required for professional dance. Supporting cast members from diverse backgrounds contribute to the authentic international atmosphere of the assassin underworld while avoiding tokenism or superficial inclusion that might undermine the story's credibility or character development. The film's approach to depicting violence and its consequences acknowledges the moral complexity of revenge narratives while avoiding glorification of violence or oversimplification of the ethical questions raised by vigilante justice and personal vengeance. Cultural elements in costume design, production design, and dialogue reflect genuine research and attention to detail while serving the story's requirements without becoming educational or didactic in ways that might interfere with entertainment value. The movie's international settings and multicultural cast reflect the global nature of contemporary action cinema while maintaining the specific aesthetic and tonal qualities that have made the John Wick franchise successful across different cultural markets. The film's treatment of gender roles and female empowerment avoids both traditional stereotypes and contemporary cliches, while creating a complex character whose strength comes from her intelligence, training, and determination rather than supernatural abilities or unrealistic physical capabilities. The legacy and long-term impact of Ballerina on both the John Wick franchise and the broader action genre will likely be measured not only by its immediate commercial and critical success, but also by its influence on future productions and its contribution to ongoing conversations about franchise. Expansion and character development in contemporary cinema. The film's successful integration of a female protagonist into an established male-dominated franchise provides a template for similar projects, while demonstrating that audiences respond positively to quality storytelling and authentic character development regardless of the protagonist's gender. Ana de Armas's performance establishes her as a significant action star while contributing to a growing roster of actresses who can successfully carry major action franchises without sacrificing the emotional depth and complexity that create meaningful audience connection. The movie's technical achievements in choreography, cinematography, and practical stunt work will likely influence future action productions while demonstrating the continued commercial viability of emphasizing real physicality over digital effects in creating compelling action sequences. The film's approach to world building and mythology expansion provides valuable lessons for other franchises seeking to grow beyond their original concepts while maintaining the core qualities that attracted audiences to the initial properties. The success of Ballerina validates the spin-off approach as a sustainable method for franchise expansion, while creating opportunities for additional character-focused films that can explore different aspects of established fictional universes. The movie's international appeal and box office performance provide evidence that well-crafted action films with strong characters and authentic production values can succeed across diverse global markets regardless of cultural or linguistic barriers. The film's influence on the careers of its cast and crew members will likely extend throughout the entertainment industry as their work on this production leads to additional opportunities and creative collaborations. The cultural impact of Ballerina extends beyond entertainment to encompass discussions about representation, artistic expression, and the relationship between violence and justice in contemporary storytelling, contributing to broader conversations about the role of action cinema in reflecting and shaping cultural values and social attitudes.